Did you ever have a bolt break off? Let's talk about it. Hey there, viewers. Today we're talking about a broken bolt and what to do if it happens to you. You ever have a broken nut or bolt ruin your day? Tell me about it. Drop it down below. So I recently had an issue with pulling a speed sensor off and ended up breaking the bolt when I went to go pull it out. It just corroded into place. Now, sometimes this happens when it's going in, sometimes these things happen when they're coming out, but either way, you've got a broken bolt that you got to contend with. A mechanic's life's all about busted knuckles and busted nuts. What you're typically left with when a bolt snaps off, and this is the 10 millimeter that I broke on a car pulling out a speed sensor. The car had an aluminum knuckle, but a steel bolt. And anytime you cross two metals like that, you end up with corrosion issues, especially if it's a northern vehicle. So you're very prone to snap bolts. The bolt had snapped off, leaving only a little tiny bit of the bolt exposed because the sensor isn't that thick. Typically, when you have something that's exposed like that, if you clean it up real good with a wire brush or sandpaper or something, you want to get it nice where you can weld on it, put just a random nut on top of it, and then weld it so that it'll heat up the bolt that's stuck inside of the knuckle, and it'll also give you a head to grab onto to twist what's remaining of the bolt out of the hole. And if you have enough of it sticking up where you've got a lot to weld to, that's certainly helpful. In my particular case, I did not. So today was a learning lesson for me. I ended up having to call in reinforcements. I called my mobile welder out. He's a good guy.
Had to call out the big guns. Coming out. No, don't say it. Don't jinx it. You got farther than I got.
When you put a flat wire, you can get more weld on it. Just get a bigger nut and weld, and it works better.
Heck yeah. Voila. You the man.
Anyway, after 3 failed attempts where I tack welded and then this would snap right back off, it was because I didn't have enough surface area to weld to. His solution to the problem was to take a washer and put it down over what little bit of stud was sticking out. He welded a washer to the stud and then put a nut on and welded the nut to the washer. And then what that resulted in was giving him a larger surface area. But anyway, lesson learned. I'll put that in the old mental toolbox and I'll keep that in mind for next time. The downside is if it breaks off flush, the only thing you can do is go after it with a drill or drill them out and then retap the hole. I'm very fortunate that that wasn't the case this time, that I had just enough sticking out to where I could actually do something with it. What you don't want to do is go on it with a pair of vice grips. That's just a bad idea. You're going to mangle up the bolt and then you're going to make it where it's impossible to get out. There's better solutions, and usually they involve a welder. If you've got a little bit sticking up, you can weld to it. If it's down in the hole, you're gonna have to drill it out. Left-handed drill bits and a tap and die kit's good to have on hand. Well, I hope this information helps. I hope you learned something from it. I know I did. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.